all know learning English is hard, but practicing speaking is even harder. Today, I'm going to help you improve your English speaking skills and become a confident communicator. Let's get cracking. Alright everyone, my name is Dan and I'm here to help you stop being an English student and start being an English speaker. Today's video is full of tips and tricks that you can use to improve your English speaking skills. Before we get started, don't forget to download the free cheat sheet that goes with this video. It's got all the information you need to make sure that you're following all the tips in this video. It's totally free. Use the link in the description and get it now. Now, when it comes to practicing speaking English, in my opinion, there are 5 main mistakes that students make, but the good news is they're pretty easy to fix, and when you fix them, your confidence is going to improve, your speaking skills are going to improve, and you're going to be able to communicate more confidently in English. The first problem is that you are spending too much time watching or listening to English. Now, this is not a bad thing, watching English TV shows and movies, or listening to podcasts or audiobooks in English, or even just watching YouTube. These are not bad things, right? It gets you a lot of input, you're going to get a lot of new vocabulary, a lot of new grammar, you're going to spend a lot of time, and improving your understanding is a good thing. But that is not going to help you speak English any better. I know this might sound crazy, but in order to improve your English speaking, you've got to actually speak. It's like a guitar, right? If I want to play guitar, I can't just listen to other people talking about how to play guitar or watch YouTube videos about how to play guitar, and then suddenly I pick up a guitar and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't work. You have to practice, and the same is true with speaking English. So the solution to this problem is to change the ratio. Change the amount of time that you spend listening and watching stuff and speaking. Like at the minute, it's a lot of listening and watching and basically zero speaking, and we need to even that up a bit. The steps to fix this one are actually pretty easy. Step 1, go to YouTube and find a video about 5 minutes long of someone speaking in English. Step 2, you're going to describe this video after you've watched it. Imagine you're telling your mate about this video that you just watched, right? And when you're describing it, I want you to try 50% describing what actually happened in the video, and 50% giving your opinion about the video. What did you think about it? And to make it even better, to go that extra level, get your smartphone and record you talking. You can make a video like you're a YouTuber, or you can just record the audio and try and talk for 2 to 3 minutes. If you do this a couple of times a week, you can get much better at actually expressing your ideas and being able to describe things, and it's going to overall improve your English speaking, and you still get chance to watch YouTube videos. Wicked! The next problem that a lot of students have is they spend a lot of time learning new words and learning new grammar patterns in their little notebooks, but they never actually try and use it. Now, this is insane, right? What's the point in learning all these new words and these grammar patterns if you're not actually going to use them? And once again, the solution for this one is pretty easy. Use them! Like, that's not rocket science. Use the words that you're learning. Just for example, take one new word every single day, right? Learn a new word every day. It can be any word. You could have found it in a YouTube video, you could learn it from a dictionary, you could see it on Instagram, whatever. Just find a new word that you want to learn, right? Next up, you're going to make a sentence using this new word. And this sentence needs to be somehow related to your day or your life or some connection to you, right? If you're learning words that have no connection to you, you're going to forget them pretty easy, because when are you ever going to use them, right? So make sure that the words you're learning, you can connect to your own life and your own experience, and make a sentence. And finally, I want you to use this sentence that you just made in a conversation. If you've got somebody that you often speak English with, try and use your new sentence in a conversation with that person. And I know some of you watching this now are going to be like, but Dan, I don't have a conversation partner in English. Okay, cool. Have a conversation with yourself. I mean, don't do it on the train. If you're talking to yourself on the train or something, you might look a bit. But if you're in your house, on your own, you're in the shower, have a conversation with yourself about your day. So what did you do today? Well, I had a good day. I went to the supermarket. Oh yeah, like you can practice speaking with yourself. And that's a perfect speaking partner because you're on the same level, right? So make sure that you use your new sentence in a conversation and it will improve your English speaking skills. Now, if you're enjoying this video, awesome, but do me a favor and smash that like button to let me know. Not only that, you're going to let YouTube know and then they'll send this video to other English learners just like you and everyone can improve their English. I'd proper appreciate it, so bam! The next one is a huge problem for most speakers and I had the same problem when I was learning Japanese, and that is thinking in your native language. Naturally, you're going to think in your mother tongue, right? If your main language is Portuguese, your thoughts are basically in Portuguese. Or if you're Japanese, they're going to be Japanese or whatever. And it's very easy to stay in what we call like mother tongue brain, right? Instead of English brain. So it's really difficult to stop this habit. What you'll do is you listen to something, right? And then you'll translate that into your mother tongue. And then you'll think in your native language, what would I say in this situation? I'd say this. Then you translate it back to English and then you speak, right? That takes a long time and a lot of effort. And it's something that you need to stop doing as much as you can. I know it's difficult, but it takes time. But if you can get over this, it makes a huge difference to your speaking skills. One way you can start practicing this is at the end of your day, think about your day in English. Spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes thinking about what you did in English. Imagine that you're telling somebody about your day, but do it in English, right? Even if you don't know the right words or the right grammar, just get used to this idea of thinking about your day in English, right? And you might be thinking, that's great, but how does that improve my speaking skills? Hang on, we're going to get to that now. So what you're going to do is you're going to think about your day in English for a bit, and then when you're ready, you're going to take your phone like this, you're going to open the camera or the recording, voice recording thing, and you're going to talk for 1 to 2 minutes about your day. And you're going to do this every day. Now, what will happen is at first, it'll be very difficult for you to actually say, I don't need this anymore. It's going to be very difficult for you to say what happened. You're going to make very basic sentences like, today I went to work and at lunch I ate spaghetti. You know, very basic sentences. And what you'll find is that if you do this every day, a lot of your sentences are going to be the same every day. You know, most people do the same thing every day. We wake up, we go to work, we come home, we eat dinner, we watch TV, we go to sleep. That's normal. But what you'll find is that these sentences become much, much more automatic. They just naturally come out because you practice saying them. The content is not that important here. The point is, you're thinking in English and you're just able to output without really thinking about what it is in your native language. Now that is powerful. Now another problem that loads of intermediate and advanced English learners just like you have is that they spend too much time doing this. Now it's cool to make notes in your notebook and it's good to write down new words that you learn and grammar patterns. I'm not saying stop doing that. I'm saying you're missing an opportunity. What you should do is make your notes in your notebook, but then go back and read the words you actually wrote down. Say the words out loud. If you wrote down a grammar rule or you wrote down a sentence with a new word in it, say it. Go at the end of the week, right? At the end, let's say Friday. Look at your notebook, everything that you've written down this week, and read it. Speak out loud. Imagine that you're doing a presentation or something and say the words in your notebook out loud. This is good for two reasons. One, you're going to review everything you've learnt that week. And two, saying it out loud improves your speaking and your memory. It's a win-win situation. And as a little extra bonus tip, why not record yourself reading your notebook onto your smartphone? Then the next day when you're on the train to work, listen to it like it's a podcast. It's just unbelievable. Now, another major problem that people have is that they just don't practice enough because they find it difficult to find something to talk about. Like, they don't really know what to practice speaking with. Now, this one is the easiest thing in the world to fix because you guys have got access to something called the internet, which happens to contain, like, everything ever. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the internet and you're going to find some text. It can be an article, it can be a blog post, it can be your favorite book online, whatever it is, find some text, right? And then this is going to sound crazy, but just read it out loud. That's it. Exactly the words. You don't need to think. You don't even need to know what it means. You just got to say it. Just speak. And that's going to get your mouth used to speaking. It's going to train the muscles in your face to make the sounds correctly. And you don't have to think about it. So it's just going to become automatic. And when you've finished, you've got to the end, I want you to think about, well, which words were difficult for me to pronounce? And then you're going to go look up the pronunciation for those words and practice saying those words a few times. So next time you come to those words, you're going to be able to pronounce them easily. There is actually one more super powerful technique that you probably should know about. It's super simple. It'll improve your pronunciation, it'll improve your speaking and your confidence, and anybody can do it anywhere. If you want to learn more about it, check out this video over here.